Good evening. This is Luis Enrique Palomino Hidalgo, and this is the Mind of a Man talk series. And tonight's talk, I titled it The 5 Warning Signs of Objectification or Attraction. So let's go ahead and get started with this. These are going to be 5 warning signs, ladies. 5 warning signs that you may be getting objectified and it may be masked as attraction. So let me paint this picture to you all. Objectification is what we men like to do based on what we see. We objectify everything. We objectify from our jobs, from our sports favorite, whatever favorite sport we like, whatever pastime we objectify everything. Why? Because if we go back to what the word objectified means, let me tell you, objectification based on the dictionary means to treat as an object or cause to have an object reality, or to give expression to something such as an abstract notion, feeling, or ideal in a form that can be experienced by others. So basically we can objectify our favorite sport, objectify our favorite pastime, our likes, and in such things, women get objectified as well. Why? Because that, as the definition stated, we give expression to something such as an abstract notion, feeling. So we, as men, we're going to give you the feeling of being attracted to you based on what we're seeing, what we what we zoomed into. So ladies, let's just get this elephant out of the box, or out of the room, however you want to call it. Us men, initially, we don't really care what your lifelong ambitions are, your dreams, your aspirations. We don't, because what you've put out there in society, on social media, out on the clubs, the bars, wherever you may be, if we like something and we focus and zoomed into it, that's what we're going for. Now, let's get it straight. And please know this, that there's no man that's going to come up to you and tell you, wow, you have such an amazing personality, without even having the moment to even really realize what kind of personality you have. Now, let's move to the idea of, to understand, I've explained to you all what objectified based is. Now, what does the term for attraction mean? Now, the term for attraction is the act of the process of power of attracting, personal charm. And that's what you ladies have. It's that personal charm that just eludes from your body, from whether you look a certain way, whether you smile a certain way, you walk, you move, it just radiates off of you, that personal charm. And that's really what attracts us men, that personal charm that you radiate out in public. But we latch on to the objectification part of it, is that your personal charm for us could be your way of walk. Now, if for men, we have personal taste for a certain part of your anatomy, we're going to objectify that specific part of it based on that personal charm that you're putting out. So again, whatever you put out there is what we're going to zoom in and what we're going to go after. Now, afterwards, if it is the right kind of man, we're going to graduate and move on to that next phase, which is learning who you are, learning more about you, and moving away from the physical and more on the internal. So let's go ahead and start with the 5 warning signs, ladies, that you may be getting objectified and you're confusing it with attraction. So why don't we go ahead and talk about the first one. Now, I'm going to go ahead and share some basic objectifications and some personality tendencies that can, that way you can be aware of. So first, number one, it'll be a healthy attraction does not tend to focus overwhelmingly on a body part or specific look. Now, what do I mean about this? I mean is that a healthy attraction can take genuine pleasure or appreciation in a trait or look, but clearly views it as a part of a whole personality. Now, attraction towards specific body parts is a clear sign of objectification. As I was just mentioning just earlier, us men, we go after a specific body part, which draws our attention. That to us is objectifying. Now, if we get attracted to a pretty smile, pretty eyes, but at least we're acknowledging it, we're doing it the right way. Now, there are some men out there that are not going to admire a pretty smile, admire pretty eyes. They're going to admire your body, and that's just reality. And again, it's what kind of healthy attraction are you getting out of this? You're not. Because if a man comes up to you, depending on the surroundings and the venues that you ladies might be at in the moment, know that the man is going to be attracted to you based on a physical aspect of it. Now, what part of your body is he admiring? That's where the objectification comes into play. And that's where, we as men, we appreciate the female body from top to bottom. But there are some men out there that are going to overappreciate it and really just focus on those specific body parts instead of actually getting to know more about you, and they just want to get with you. And we're just going to be clear about that. So again, the attraction towards a body part, it's a clear sign of objectification. So be wary, attentive of what you wear is going to attract, maybe not what you really desire, but it's going to attract something. So just be aware of that we men, we go for the outer part of it. And that's just reality. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We all go for it. All men go for it. Any man that says, I don't, they're clearly lying. So let's go ahead and go and talk about sign number 2. Warning sign number 2 is going to be that a mature individual will be attracted to you by the subtle or abstract details of your whole personality, not just one aspect. Again, everything starts from the physical aspect of it. That's just one aspect. That is the number one aspect that we're going to approach first and foremost. Second, it's going to be your personality. We have to get to know who you are, ladies, but that's only if you allow it to happen. Now, there's a lot of ladies out there that are very closed off to getting to know people here and there, men especially, but it all depends again on the environment that you surround yourself in. So, ladies, understand that when a mature individual, a mature man, will be attracted to you, it's not going to be all about your body. You ladies have two aspects. You have the external and you have the internal. Obviously, for us men, we're going to go for the external first and foremost because that is natural. That is the logic of the process of how we're going to approach you because we saw something that we liked and we're going after it. Second aspect of you would be getting to know you, getting to know your personality. Once we get to know your personality, obviously as a man, the mature man is going to evaluate and is going to know really whether or not it's something that is worth pursuing. Obviously, you ladies are the ones that are going to either let us in or you're going to keep us at the door to try and figure us out. So remember, ladies, you come in as a 2-package deal, internal and external. Expect the external to come first. but it's up to you to let us know whether or not we're going to get to know you. So it's going to be up to you. So clear numbers, that's warning sign number 2. Make sure if this is a mature individual, he's going to want to get to know your internal aspect, your likes, your dislikes, your lifelong dreams, your aspirations, and it's okay, ladies, to ask questions, because that is how you're going to find out whether or not this individual is worth your time. It's okay to ask questions from the get-go. Set your expectations from the get-go. If this is a first-time date, if this is just a random meet, whether it's a coffee shop, at a church, on the street, at a venue, at a concert, club, bar, wherever. Ladies, ask questions, because if you ask questions, it's going to make us know, it's going to let us men know that you have something up here that you're willing, that you want to test us, you want to challenge us to ask and to answer. Now, the man that is not really willing to answer any questions and just gives you the runaround, that right there is a red flag for you to understand that this man is not a mature man. All he really wanted, it was just to approach you based on what he saw and he liked. So that's a second warning sign for you ladies. Let's go ahead and move on to the third one. Let's go ahead and go to our third warning sign. Our third warning sign for tonight is going to be that a mature individual will also talk about other people as whole individuals. There's a saying that goes that I've heard through many years, even up to this day, and I truly believe is that if the way you speak about others will tell me about your personality. The way you treat others will tell me how you treat others. Ladies, know the difference between treating and talking. That when it comes to a man's personality, because a man, we don't tend to see the world in black or white. There's men out there that will be able to talk about their boss, their family, their friends, as either having good or bad traits. So a person who objectifies will tend to see some people as all good and others as all bad. And we'll talk about other people in their lives in a fairly shallow term. So basically, a person that is objectifying other people and may end up objectifying you talks about everyone in general. They don't really specify who they're talking to, but they bring everyone in a general sense, and becomes very shallow when it comes to objectifying and giving their personal opinion about someone. So you need to really hear this person out and really drill down to find out how this man talks about other people. The way he expresses about his family, his friends, his job, whatever question you may ask, really listen and understand. The way he objectifies those is a warning sign that he may end up objectifying yourself too. Also, quick tip. It's okay to ask about your past relationship. You ladies, it's okay to ask us about our past relationship, because that right there will kind of give you an idea of how we express about our relationship, our past former relationship. That will kind of give you an idea on our personality, our trait, our way of handling a relationship. So it's okay. Once again, ask questions. Ask questions. Why? Because that's how you will understand whether this man is going to plan with you or play with you. So keep that in mind. And that's warning sign number 3. Now, warning sign number 4 is going to be someone who objectifies will tend to have a lesser capacity based on empathy. What do I mean about this? Because when we see others as whole people, we also can see through their eyes, appreciate how they are different from us, and recognize their likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses. Because understand this, these are capacities that are associated with empathy. Now, with another, and this is just based on people's points of view. Now, if you're going to be dating, or you are dating someone who doesn't seem to be able to empathize empathize with you or with others, you may really want to pay close attention to that kind of relationship, and also to your body as well. Now, empathy is such a key, vital aspect, trait for men to have. Because for us, we have to, as a man, we have to be empathetic, not only to, ourselves first, but to you, ladies, to you, because if we're going to make you our queens, we have to be empathetic to your needs, not only to your needs, to our future. Again, if we're gonna either plan with you, we're gonna play with you, and we're gonna be empathetic. We're going to be empathetic to your needs, to your wants, to your desires. Not only that, but everything and anything that is important to you, that's out in the society. And again, if you ask questions, especially with everything that's going on right now in this crazy world, and if this person, the only thing they can do is complain and and you can automatically feel that energy that they have no empathy towards what's going on in society. Think about it. Do you really want to give this individual that time, that space? Do you really want to invest in that individual? So that is just something that you really have to keep in mind. So that is warning sign number 4. Now we're going to go ahead and go into warning sign number 5, which is going to be about how to, basically, warning sign number 5 is going to be someone who objectifies, will take short-lived of intense pleasure in a look, body part, or sexual experience. Now, what do I mean about this? So this point for me, basically the way I want to bring this up to you is that, objectified pleasure doesn't extend into a true appreciation, because this can actually lead to that can lead to appreciation and pleasure based on a subtle dimension of your body or intimate experience. Now, let me be a little bit more brief on this. Basically, what do I mean is that when a man basically is into you, again, we're going to want you for who you are, not only on the external, but on the internal. But there's different dimensions that a woman radiates. And we talked about radiating personal charm, your character, your views, your thoughts, your feelings. You have various dimensions that we men have to understand. As I've explained before in the first and the second series, I've said it that us men, we're very linear. We're on the one straight line, and we're not that difficult to figure out. Now, there are some men out there that tend to be very confusing, but that just comes with immaturity and lack of experience in life, and they just basically go with whatever it is that they feel it works for them. But in reality, we have to figure you out based on what you give us and what we're trying to accomplish, which is have a long-lasting relationship, because we're planning and we're not playing. So again, this kind of goes back to what objectification is about. It's really about fulfilling an immediate need. Once that need is satiated, the subject, the man in this case, we're going to call the subject the man, their attention tends to move on to something else, the next need in the horizon. So again, if these are the type of men that are approaching you based on what you look, and they don't really care about your internal, your lifelong dreams, your desires, your wants, all they're going to want to do is get with you, get what they want, and move on. And that is sadly but true. So again, if you have to know and remember that most people do not fit into these extremes. It's either going to be an objectification or none at all. There's men out there that use your objectification to try and mask it as to approach you, to make you believe that it's an attraction field. But again, if you keep your eyes open and your ears attentive, you're going to find out and figure out whether this man is planning with you or playing with you, whether he wants to just have something on the physical right there and then and move on to the next one, or is there to really figure you out based on what you're actually trying to give to him. So instead, go ahead and pay attention. Just pay attention to the trends, whether it's in your relationship, the trends out there, whether you're dating around, you're trying to meet men out there. Just pay attention to those trends, and just most importantly, pay attention to how you feel. Women, you have that sixth sense, that intuition that God gave you. You know for a fact, you know right there and then, if a man does not fit well into how your spirit feels, oh, believe me, you're going to know. Us men, we do have an intuition feeling. We call it gut feeling. But for us men, for us to have a gut feeling, we have to be more engaged into knowing more about you than on the physical aspect of it. And that's why a lot of men don't go into that aspect of it, because they don't care. They don't want to go into conflicts. They don't want to go into really exploring that gut feeling that we tend to have when something does not correlate and does not fit well into the equation. But you women have the intuition that God gave you and you get it from the get-go. You do. And that's mostly important. That's the most important thing that you can have. So my advice for you all is pay attention to those trends. Again, pay attention to the trends. Pay attention to the way your relationship or the person that you're talking to, how their character, their moods, how everything shifts, whether he's going left, whether he's going right, what he's talking to you about. Know exactly that, if he's only talking about your physicality, doesn't really bring out, your something that he might enjoy, ask him. And as a matter of fact, ask your significant other, ask the person that you're dating or you're talking to, ask him something about, just out of the blue, ask him, what is it that you liked the most about me? And if his answer is something on your physical aspect of it, you should evaluate that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying start a fight, start an argument, but really talk and evaluate that with him, because he might be clueless to understand that you want more than just be admired for your physical aspect of it. Now, I know there's a lot of ladies out there that you love to take care of yourself on the outside because you want to look good, you want to be attractive, you want to be sexy. I get that, and that is something to be commended for and admired. But don't only be admired for your physical aspect, for your physical outlook. Be admired for your inside, for your mind, for your heart, for your spirit, for your emotions. The right man that comes to your life, it's going to love you as a whole. It's not going to love you in pieces. It's not going to love you just because you have pretty eyes, a pretty smile, a pretty body. Or no, he's going to love you for everything, for your mind, your spirit, your love, your desires, everything. So those were the 5 warning signs. The 5 warning signs to evaluate whether whoever you're with, whoever you're talking to, whoever's approaching you, it's approaching you, whether it's an attraction or an objectification. Now, in summary, objectification doesn't take you seriously. All he's looking at is on your physical aspect and doesn't care about your internal, only the external. And all he wants to do satisfy a need, an animalistic need. All men have that. We all men, we all have that. Why? Because we're hunters by nature. So we go out there, we go hunt based on what we're desiring in the moment. There's men out there that go hunt for something that they want for a long life term. There's other men out there that are go hunting, all right, but they're going to go hunt for just an immediate prey. So they set traps out there. So ladies, come on. Again, keep your eyes open, keep your ears attentive, ask questions, and know that the right man, God already has it saved for you. He already has it for you, but he's waiting on you to make the right moves for him to put it in your life. Now, again, keep in mind, once again, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. So I hope that these 5 warning signs were of use to you and they were of content value. And next week, we're going to be closing this 4-week series. I know last week we were supposed to do this talk, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen situations, which I've already explained, I'm doing this tonight. And I just want to thank every single one of you that has given me your full-blown support, for your comments, your likes, your shares, your comments, again, your hearts, everything that you have done to this point that has allowed me to continue getting better for you. And I want to continue, bringing these kind of talks to you. Please, in the comments or send me a message. Let me know what kind of situation, what kind of questions you have. Maybe I can bring something of a talk based on your questions. Again, the reason why I do this is because I've lived it, I've experienced it, not only in life, but I've experienced it through many associations that I've had with friends, co-workers, and ultimately because I'm a man. I was bred to be a man. And as a man, I have lived, I have loved, I have cried, I've been mad, I've been disappointed, I've been on the ground, I've been raised up by God Almighty, and I am here to share the knowledge that He has given me. So the mind of a man is because I am a man. I am bringing you this content value, ladies, to help you out. Because I've seen the need, I've seen the desire of having you all have the right mentality, to think and know what men really think, why we do the things that we do. So again, these were the 5 warning signs of objectification or attraction. I hope again that this information, that this video was of great value to you. And again, if it is, please share it, like it, comment on it, because at the end of the day, it only helps me get better. It helps me be more motivated to bring you more content of value. And again, thank you all once again for everything that you all have done for me. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you all again next Wednesday at 9 o'clock through Facebook. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to send me a message. I am here to help you all out. And remember, now, if I don't see you here, I will see you in eternity. And thank you all. Appreciate you all. God bless y'all. Take care.